A very good afternoon to all of you. We are here for a session on awareness program on intellectual property rights. And today, as a speaker, we have Mr. Shubham Harsh Singh, who has done his BTech from the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. For the past 3 years, he has been working as an examiner of patents and designs in in the patent office, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trades, which comes under the Ministry of Commerce. And we have known that he has conducted numerous IPR awareness sessions under the National Intellectual Property Awareness Mission. All right. So, sir, a very hearty welcome to this session. And together with that, I also welcome all the staff and the students of the Little Flower College, Guruvayoor, who have assembled here to listen to this session. So we actually have a large group of students attending to this session in the auditorium, and we also have a small group attending in some other section, and various other staff and students will join in a few minutes, and
Okay,
they are attending it in various parts of the college.
okay,
So the screen is yours, and we are all ears and eyes to this session. Welcome, sir. You can
thank you,
start
ma'am.
the session now.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. As told by ma'am, my name is Shubham Harsing, and I am here to take a session on awareness program on intellectual property rights. It is conducted under National Intellectual Property Awareness Mission (NIPAM). So, there be in this session we will learn about what is intellectual property and what are intellectual property rights, different types of intellectual property rights, and then how to get intellectual property rights. How, if we have some intellectual property with us, then how we apply for that intellectual property right to how we protect that intellectual property right, and how uh, we will proceed for an application. So we will see all these things in this session. So foremost thing is, what is property? So property is any item that is owned by a person or entity. Like this laptop, this computer is a property. And then what is right? Right is a legal entitlement accepted and protected by law. Like this document, this is a right. So, talking about properties, there are two types of properties. First one is tangible properties. Tangible properties are those properties that can be touched, and that properties are physical in nature, like gold, car, house, this computer, this building, everything is tangible properties. And the second types of properties are intangible properties. What are intangible properties? These properties cannot be touched. These properties are the creation of our mind. These are creation of human intellect. Like if somebody had invented something, if somebody had written some poem, so that poem cannot be touched. It is creation of his mind. So these type of properties are known as intangible properties. So this will include some invention, literary and artistic works, designs, symbol, etc. So we have two types of properties, tangible properties and intangible properties. So intellectual property is a type of intangible property that cannot be touched. So what is an intellectual property? Intellectual property refers to creation of a mind, such as invention, literary and artistic works, designs, symbols, names and images used in commerce like trademarks and symbols. So we will see all this in our coming slides. So we are getting some basic idea about intellectual property and intellectual property rights. So we have understood like what is intellectual property. Intellectual property is the property that is creation of our mind. So what are intellectual property rights? So we know what is intellectual. Intellectual means possessing or showing mental capacity, and property means any item that is owned by a person or entity. And we know what is right. Right is a legal entitlement accepted and protected by law. So basically, intellectual property right is a legal right that protect our intellectual property. So if somebody have invented something, so that is his intellectual property. Then to protect that intellectual property, that invention, he will get some legal right, and that right is known as intellectual property right. So this is the basic definition of intellectual property right. So there are various types of intellectual property right. First of all, there will be patent. What is patent? If somebody had invented something, some type of invention, like somebody invented some refrigerator, so that will be patented. Like if he have invented that machine, that product or process, so he will get a patent for that. So patent is a type of intellectual property right. In the similar manner, if you must have seen various type of mobile phones, like you see various phones, they have various designs. Every smartphone have different designs. So this is also a type of intellectual property right. So designs for shape, configuration, pattern, ornament, or composition of lines or colors applied to any article. So design is given for these things. This is also intellectual property right. We will see these in details. The next is trademark. Trademark is also an intellectual property right. Like if you are going to buy a pair of shoes in a shop, so how will you confirm that the shoe is of genuine quality? What will you see? You will see the some trademark over there, some brand name over there, some symbol of brand there. So that symbol of brand is a trademark. So we will see also the trademark is a sign capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one enterprises from others. After that, we will see geographical indication. Geographical indication is also a type of intellectual property right. It is given for to any product that have a specific geographical origin and possess qualities or a reputation. Like you must have heard about Darjeeling tea. Darjeeling tea have a GI tag in its name. So we will also see how GI tags, the GI is different from other intellectual property rights. After that, we will see copyrights. Copyrights is also a type of intellectual property right that is given for literary and artistic works. And after that, we will see semiconductor integrated circuits layout design. We will see SICLD also in our upcoming slides. So these are basic types of intellectual property right about which we are going to learn. So what is the importance of intellectual property right? Like if we have intellectual property right, so what will be the importance of that? So first importance is that it will protect our intellectual property. This is the basic thing. Like if we have intellectual property with us, so we have to go to the some office and we have to receive that right, intellectual property right, and it will protect our intellectual property. And after that, it will exclude others from making, using, selling, importing the patented product or process. That means if we have intellectual property right for some intellectual property, then other person cannot make, use, sell, or import that product without our permission. That is the benefit of intellectual property right. And definitely we can commercialize our intellectual property right. And intellectual property right is an essential business asset in the knowledge economy. So here we can see how different types of intellectual properties are incorporated in a single product. You can see here, this is a simple mobile phone, a smartphone. So you can see here, this is the some brand name is written over here. What is this? This is a trademark of that company. So this is a trademark. So this is the one type of intellectual property right over here in the product. In the same product, when we purchase a smartphone, we will get some like user manuals, and there will be some ringtones, startup tones, images, and some softwares. These all will come under copyrights. These are also creation of somebody's minds, and somebody has registered copyright for that. Okay, so in the same product, we also get copyright. In the similar manner, in the same product, there are some data processing methods involved in this smartphone. There are some operation of user interface. This will come under patent. Patent is also a type of intellectual property right. And there is, as I have told you, like various phones have various designs. So this design is also registered by somebody. So form of overall phone, arrangement and shape of buttons, position and shape of the screen will come under designs. So you can see here how various types of intellectual properties are incorporated under a single product. After that, you can see here, this device must have some motherboard, some integrated circuits, and for that integrated circuits, some specific layout design is there, and that layout design will become under SICLD. So in the same product, there are various IPs are involved. That's why the price of these phones are so high, because various IPs are involved in it, and they are commercializing their IPs here. So this was an example. So We have discussed like everybody has some human brain, human intellect, and he will apply some resource and labor on it, and that will result into the intellectual property. And to protect that intellectual property, he will get a intellectual property right. So intellectual property right is a legal right to protect our intellectual property. This was the basic idea. So, if somebody have intellectual property right in his name, how can he earn from that intellectual property right? First of all, if somebody have some intellectual property right in his name, like somebody had some invention, somebody have done some invention, and he got patent for that. So, first of all, he can use for himself only. And he can also license or assign that intellectual property right to somebody others, and also franchise. So in this sense, he can earn from these intellectual property rights. So this basic table of contents, what we are going to learn from here, we will learn patent application filing, patent application processing, designs, trademarks, copyrights, and SICLD. So this is our flow of learning. So first of all, we will learn about patents. That is the important intellectual property right. So what is patent? A patent is a statutory right for an invention granted for a limited period of time to the patentee by the government in the exchange of full disclosure of his invention for excluding others from making, using, selling, importing the patented product or process. Sorry. So basically, what if somebody have invented something? So he will go to the patent office and he will disclose everything about his patent. And what will he get in the return? He will get the right to exclude others from making, selling, using, importing that product. So this is the win-win situation for the board. So he is telling everything about his invention to the patent office. So what the common public will get in this? Common public will get that knowledge of the inventor, that will be in the public domain. Like he's telling to patent office, and patent office will publish that knowledge to everyone, so that everyone receive that knowledge and use that knowledge, utilize that knowledge in some other inventions. So this is win-win situation for everyone. So patent is a territorial and exclusive right. Exclusive in the sense like it is excluding others from making and using it. So it is exclusive right, and it is territorial right. That means if you want a patent in America, so you have to file application for patent in America. And if you want to if you want a patent for the same product in India as well, so you have to file a different application in the India. Like if you have file application for India, so you have only territorial right in India only. For America, you have to file a different application. That is the meaning of territorial right. So basically, term of patents is 20 years from the date of filing of the application. After 20 years, it will be expired and it will be for public. These are the famous inventor and inventions. Like these are some famous scientists, like Edison invented phonograph, Graham Bell invented telephone, Wright brothers invented aeroplane, and in the similar manner. So the objective of including this slide is to make you aware that for filing a patent application, the invention need not to be a rocket science. Like this simple paper clip can also be patented. So for patenting an invention, only 3 criteria must be met. Like it must be new, it involves some inventive step, and it should be industry applicable. That means it can be made in the industry. These 3 criteria must be fulfilled. This is another famous invention you must have seen in your daily life. This is LED systems, LED bells. So this was invented by some Australian scientist. The invention is very basic, like the sensor is involved in it, but the objective to include this slide was to make you aware that how can this patented invention can be commercialized, can be monetized. Like the cost of these LED bells is in lakhs. This is very simple device, but cost is very high due to the monetizing capability, due to commercializing capability of patented invention. These are some famous Indian invention, like this USB was invented by some Indian, some Indian, and this hepatitis B vaccine was invented by some Indian. So patent application filing, if somebody have invented something, what he should do next. So there are various forms involved in filing a patent application. Like this is form 1. It will include the detail of applicant, application, and etc. There will be form 2. It will include the whole whole information about the detail about the invention, like background of the invention, summary of the invention, particular of drawings, complete description of the invention, brief description of the drawing, claims, abstract, and drawings. This is the important part, form 2. So this is what will be published in the public domain, so that everyone will get to know about your invention, and he can use that information for other inventions. And there will be form 3, which will include the foreign filing of the similar application. Like if you have filed the same application in America as well, then you have to show here in form 3. And then there will be form 5, which will include a declaration as to the inventorship. And then there will be form 18, oblique 18A. Form 18 is for request for examination, like you have filed the application and then you have to file form 18 so that your application may be examined by some examiner. And there will be form 18A as well, which is for the expedited examination. So these are the basic forms which you need to fill when you are applying for the patent application. And there may be one more form, like form 26. If you are applying by yourself, the form 26 is not needed. If you are assigning you are authorizing some agent to file your application on behalf of then you will need form 26. So there are two ways to file the patent application. There is a physical filing and there is online filing. In physical filing, you have to go to the corresponding office. There are 4 offices in India: Kolkata office, Chennai office, and Mumbai office, and Delhi office. There are 4 offices of patent offices, and if you want to file online, you can file it through this link. Okay, so there are various territorial jurisdiction for appropriate office, like uh, in case of Kerala, you can see here it is Chennai office. If you want to file physically the application, you must go to the Chennai office. So accordingly, these states are there. So for Kerala, it is Chennai. Talking about fees involved in filing a patent application, like if you are a natural person, like if some individual is filing the application, or some small entity is filing the application, or some educational institute is filing the application, the fees will be 1600 for form 1, and for form 18, that is request for examination, it will be 4000 rupees. So basic fees for individual or educational institute will be 5600. In the similar manner, if the application is filed by some company, then it will be 8,000, and correspondingly 20,000, that is 28,000. So for natural person or educational institute, the sum will be 5,600 rupees. And if your institute is registered under the Kapila mission of Government of India, then this fees, the fees 5,600 may also be reimbursed. So this is the basic fees structure of the patent filing. So this was all about patent. Our next intellectual property right is designs. So let's see about what is design. So basically, design is given for some ornamental or aesthetic aspect of an article. For the features of shape, configuration, pattern, ornament, or composition of lines or colors apply to any article, whether in 2D or 3D, or in both forms, by any industrial process or means, whether manual, mechanical, or chemical, separate or combined, which is in the finished article, appeal to and are judged solely by the eye. So here important thing is the design must be judged solely by the eye. So you can see here, these are various articles, these are various products. This slipper has some specific design. For getting this specific design, this company must have registered a design, so that nobody else can use that design in their products. Like you can see here, these various feature phones have various designs. So these designs must be registered. Like this is sari. This sari must have some specific design that must be registered. You can see here some other examples of design. There are various types of bags. They have to be specific designs. They must be registered. And these are other articles have various designs. They must be registered. As you can see here, there are various shapes, various pattern on the bottles. Like the basic feature, basic job of a bottle is to carry liquid. But what is making them different? This surface pattern, this design is making them different. So every this design and this surface pattern must be registered under design. So we have seen like an article can be registered, the design of an article can be registered under industrial design. In the similar manner, there are sometimes there are some set of articles. What is set? Set means a number of articles of the same general character ordinarily sold together are intended to be used together, all wearing the same designs. So these set of articles can also be registered under design. Like this jewelry set. This is jewelry set. There is no single article, but this whole set may be registered under design, industrial design. This tea set, this may be registered under industrial design. This sofa set, and likewise the pair of shoes. It may be registered under industrial design. This is the certificate of registration of design. This is how it will look like when you will get the certificate of registration of design. So this was all about design. Let us see what is trademark. Trademark is another intellectual property right. A trademark is a mark adopted for distinguishing in the course of trade the goods and services of one trader from those of others. So the same example I told you in starting, like if you are going to some shop to purchase a pair of shoes, what will you see? You will see the symbol of that company, with the particular company you want to purchase the shoes of. Then what you will be assured after seeing that symbol that this product is good, this product is genuine. So that trader is, that goods and services of that trader is being distinguished from others. So these are the importance and functions of trademarks. Like it, first of all, it will give exclusive right for goods and services. Like if you have some trademark, then using that trademark he can use on his product, and nobody can other use that trademark and in their product. This will be the first importance of that trademark. And it will be useful in creation of assets, and it will be protection, it will be useful for protection against infringement. Like if somebody other is using that symbol, that trademark over others product, then he can file a suit against him, I mean infringement suit against him. It will differentiate the product and services of that trader from those of others. This is the most important function of trademark. Like if somebody is going to shop something and he is seeing that trademark over there, he will be like assured like the product is genuine, and he can use this R in the circle symbol. We will see what the, you must have seen these symbols on various products are in the circle symbols, and sometimes TM symbols over there on products. So we will see what is the difference between TM and R in the circle symbol in the next slides. And it will be the trademark will be useful in building trust and goodwill to product and service quality. So these are the basic function and importance of trademarks. So what are the subject matters of trademark? For what things the trademark can be obtained? First of all, there will be product marks. Like these companies will produce some product, and for that product they will receive product marks, which will be used on that products, like these symbols. Then there will be service marks. There are various service companies, so they will use these symbols, these marks to provide the services to the customers. So these service marks will be used for that. Then there will be certification marks like BIS hallmark, ISI marks. So if somebody is seeing that marks on some product, so he will be assured like this product is certified by this institute, so this product must be good. So this is the use of certification marks. Then there will be tagline or slogans. Like some companies have some slogans. These slogans. So for slogans also, trademark is obtained. Then there will be sound mark. Like you must have had this Nokia tune. When you open the Nokia mobile, you must have had this Nokia tune. This will come under sound marks. In the similar manner, for shapes also, shape marks can be applied. And then there will be collective marks. This collective mark will be given to some association like CA, CIE. So that when some customer is taking their services, he will be assured like this is good. Then there will be series or associated marks. Like Tata is a company, and there are some various sub brands over there. So there will be some associated mark for the Tata. So this is what I was talking about. What the difference between TM and R symbol, R in a circle symbol. You must have seen these symbols over various products you purchase in daily life. Like so, TM is used when some company have filed the application for trademark. Either that means that the application has been pending or it is unregistered. And this symbol will be used only when the trademark has been registered. When trademark has been registered properly, then this symbol is being used. When it is the application is pending either, then this symbol will be used. So this is the basic difference between TM and R in the circle symbol. Hope you understand this difference. So this was all about trademarks. Next we will see copyrights. So what is copyright? Copyright is a right by the law to creator of literary, dramatic, musical and artistic works and producer of cinematographic films and sound recordings. So basically, if somebody have written some poem or written some stories or some painted some painting or some musical have produced some musical works, for that he have to register copyright. So what is the term of protection of copyright? Like there are different subject matters for copyright. Like for literary works, like if somebody have written some poem or novel, then it will be life of for author plus 60 years. Like whenever till when the author will be there and plus 60 years. This will be the uh, term of protection. For films, it will be 60 years from the date of publication. For broadcast reproduction rights, it will be 25 years. For performance rights, it will be 50 years. For this reason only, you must have noticed like if some books are very old, that's why the price of that book is cheaper than the new books. In the similar manner, you can see also like there are various old movies which are available on YouTube publicly, but new movies are not available on YouTube. This is the one reason because for that movie 60 years have been passed and there is no copyright on that and it is publicly available. Who all are the authors of the works? Like for literary works, it will be author who will get the copyright. He will be the first owner of copyright. For music works, music composer. Artistic works, the artist. The photographs, the person who is taking the photograph. For films, it will be producer. For literary dramatic works, it will be the person who causes the work to be created. It is literary dramatic works which are computer generated. So the first owner will be the person who causes the work to be created. What are the subject matter of copyright? That means for what the copyright can be obtained. The literary works like books, novels, poems, dramatic works. For this also copyright can be obtained. Sound recording works. This copyright can be obtained. Artistic works like this painting, copyright can be obtained. These musical works, these films, for films also copyright can be obtained. So this was all about copyright. Our next intellectual property right is SICLD, which is stand for Semiconductor Integrated Circuits Layout Design. Let us see in short what is SICLD. So basically, SICLD is consist of two words, SIC and LD. SIC stands for Semiconductor Integrated Circuit. You must have seen the integrated circuit in various electronic devices. So what will what are the constituent of that integrated circuit? So integrated circuit, that semiconductor integrated circuit will consist of some transistor, resistor, and various circuitry elements. So these are various circuitry elements which are used to perform some task, perform some uh, instruction over there. So then there will be layout design. These transistors, registers, and circuitry elements are placed in a particular way, in a unique way. There is a unique layout design of these transistor and resistors. So that is what make the SICLD. The unique and the particular layout design of that transistor, resistor, and other circuitry elements, and that is unique. For that, one needs to register SICLD. One needs to register for the semiconductor integrated circuit layout design. That is the design, the layout design is unique, and for that he needs to get an intellectual property right. So it is the registry for the same is in Delhi, where one can register the SICLD. So here you can see these are some integrated circuits. There are various resistors and capacitors and other circuitry elements are involved in it, and for that unique layout design, one need to register for the SICLD. So this was all about SICLD. Our next and important intellectual property right is GI, geographical indication. So what is geographical indication? Geographical indication is an indication that identifies a product that that have a specific geographical origin and possess qualities or reputation that are due to that origin. Like I have told you, Darjeeling tea. Darjeeling tea is the first GI tag of India. So Darjeeling tea has a specific geographical origin, and it also possesses some quality or reputation that are due to that origin. Like if some tea is being produced in some other part of India, then it may not have that quality or reputation that Darjeeling tea have. So let us understand GI tag in detail via this video.
बिजी हो गई अपनी पोती किस चाहती उनसे मिला तो वाओ नानी, आप तो बिल्कुल छाए हुए हो। आपके सामने तो मधुबाला को भी कॉम्प्लेक्स हो जाए।
ओए, मस्का लगाना बंद कर। ये बता तुझे क्या चाहिए?
नानी, आपने तो मेरा दिल ही तोड़ दिया। क्या प्यारा सा लाडला सा बच्चा अपनी नानी को कॉम्प्लीमेंट भी नहीं दे सकता।
अच्छा चल, एक्सेप्ट किया तेरा कॉम्प्लीमेंट। बता तुझे क्या चाहिए?
मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, बस आपकी हाथ की वो स्पेशल वाली चाय पीनी है।
बस इतनी सी बात के लिए इतना बड़ा मस्का?
मस्का नहीं नानी, आप आज सचमुच बहुत ही रॉकिंग लग रही हो। ये साड़ी आप पर बहुत ही अच्छी लग रही हो।
अरे ये तो स्पेशल लखनवी चिकनकारी है। लखनवी चिकनकारी पूरी दुनिया में मशहूर है। ये अपनी खूबसूरत और बारीक एम्ब्रॉयडरी के काम के लिए फेमस है। लेकिन पता है इसकी सबसे बड़ी खासियत क्या है?
क्या है?
ये एक रजिस्टर्ड जीआई है।
जीआई वो क्या होता है नानी?
जीआई का मतलब होता है जियोग्राफिकल इंडिकेशन, हिंदी में जिसे भौगोलिक उपदर्शन कहते हैं। ये किसी समुदाय का बौद्धिक अधिकार है, वो विरासत जिन्हें प्रोटेक्ट और एनकरेज करने की बहुत आवश्यकता है। मुख्यतः इन टाइप्स में रजिस्टर्ड होती है नेचुरल गुड्स, मैन्युफैक्चर्ड गुड्स, टेक्सटाइल्स, हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स, फूड स्टफ।
अच्छा,
चल अब ना किचन में चलते हैं और गर्मा गर्म चाय बनाते हैं।
हाँ हाँ।
किचन की ओर जाते हुए नानी ने छोटू को अपना तेल घुमा दिया।
छोटू,
जी नानी।
ये देख, ये पेंटिंग देख। ये एक मधुबनी पेंटिंग है बिहार की, और ये है हिमाचल की कांगड़ा पेंटिंग। तेरे नानू को देश की कला और संस्कृति से जुड़ी हुई चीजों को इकट्ठा करने का बहुत शौक है।
अच्छा,
ये कठपुतलियां देख रहा है?
हाँ।
ये राजस्थान की है। इसी तरह छत्तीसगढ़ से बस्तर ढोकरा, आंध्र प्रदेश से तिरुपति लड्डू, असम से मूंगा सिल्क, नागालैंड से नागा मिर्च और मध्य प्रदेश के बाघ प्रिंट, ये सब रजिस्टर्ड जीआईज हैं।
ओके।
हमारे देश की कला और संस्कृति का प्रतीक है। हमारे देश में हुनर और कला का इतना भंडार है कि अभी से ही 300 से ज्यादा रजिस्टर्ड जीआईज हैं।
वाह नानी।
चल, अब तू चाय बनाने में मेरी मदद कर। एक बर्तन में पानी ले और उबालने के लिए रख।
यस बॉस।
पता है छोटू, तुझे मेरे हाथ की चाय इतनी पसंद क्यों है?
क्यों है नानी?
क्योंकि ये स्पेशल दार्जिलिंग की चाय है। ये देश की सबसे पहली रजिस्टर्ड जीआई है, जो 2004 में रजिस्टर्ड हुई थी।
लेकिन नानी एक बात बताओ, इस जीआई से फायदा क्या होता है?
देखो छोटू, ज्यादातर जीआई गांव के समुदाय के होते हैं। इनसे कारीगरों, बुनकरों, किसानों की आमदनी बढ़ती है। उनको अपनी मेहनत का सही दाम मिलता है और उन वस्तुओं की डिमांड भी बढ़ती है। साथ साथ खरीदने वालों को भी विश्वास हो जाता है कि वो एक जेन्युइन चीज खरीद रहे हैं।
ओह, वैसे नानी मुझे एक आइडिया आ गया।
अरे वाह छोटू, तेरे को आइडिया?
यस नानी, अगले महीने फॉरेन से मेरे कुछ दोस्त आ रहे हैं। क्यों ना मैं उन्हें हमारे देश के कुछ सुंदर जीआई प्रोडक्ट्स गिफ्ट में दूं?
ये तो बहुत ही अच्छा आइडिया है छोटू। उन्हें ये चीजें जरूर पसंद आएंगी और हमारे देश की कला का नाम भी होगा।
देखा नानी, आपकी संगत में मैं कितना इंटेलिजेंट हो गया हूँ।
हाँ भाई, ये बात तो है।
I hope you understand about what about geographical indication. So, as I told you, Darjeeling tea is the first GI tag of India. So there are some other important and popular, famous GI tags of India, like this Makrana marble, of which this Taj Mahal is made of. This Ratlami seo from Madhya Pradesh, and Kanchipuram silk of Tamil Nadu. Then there are Katputlis of Rajasthan, Kashmir saffron, Madhubani paintings of Bihar, Naga Mirch of Nagaland. These are some famous GI tags, and there are some famous GI tags of Kerala as well, like this Malabar pepper and this LFP green cardamom, this Kaipad rice, this Kasargod sari, and there are various others GI tags which are registered for Kerala, but these are some famous GI tags of Kerala. So this was all about geographical indication. So in our daily life, I have told you about various intellectual property rights. So you notice it or not, intellectual property right and intellectual property is everywhere in our daily life, and how it is involved in our daily life. Let us see via this video. So IP is everywhere. I hope from today you will notice this intellectual property in your daily life. So let us talk about validities of various intellectual property rights. Like we have to talk about this patent, that is 20 years from the date of filing of the application. And for designs, it is 10 years plus 5 years. That means if you have registered for a design, initially you will get 10-year term, and after 10 years you can extend it to up to more 5 years, that is total 15 years. And for trademark, it is indefinite time subject to the renewal. That means for trademarks, you will get it for initially for 10 years, and after 10 years, you can extend it for another 10 years, and in the likewise, you can extend it up to indefinite time period. The same is for the geographical indication. Initially, you will get it for 10 years, and after that, you can extend it up to the 10 indefinite time. For copyright, we have talked about this. For different type of subject matter copyright, there are different validities. Like for novel, like literary works, it will be life of the author plus 60 years. So here, one thing I want to add to here, like geographical indication is a intellectual property right that is different from other intellectual property right in a way that this geographical indication geographical indication tag cannot be given to a individual person. It must be given to a community. So GI is a community right. It is not an individual right. Other intellectual property right like patent, design, trademarks, copyright can also be given a can also be given to a individual person. So in this manner, GI tag is different from other intellectual property right. GI tag must be given to the some community. So who can apply for that application? Some person can apply for application, or his legal representative can apply for the intellectual property right as well. This person will include some firm partnership, small entity, and a body. I have told you like all IP rights are territorial in nature. Like if you want some intellectual property right in India, file in India. If you want to file, if you want intellectual property right in America, file another application in America for that. These are some important points to remember. This is the most important point. This is the crux of the whole session. Like first protect the intellectual property, then publish it. Don't publish your intellectual property before protecting it. These rights are territorial in nature. I told you registration is done by some sovereign authority. Like in our case, it is Government of India. So for intellectual property right, the registration must be done by some sovereign authority. Like in our case, it is Government of India. These rights are limited for limited period of time. We have talked about this validity of these intellectual property right. There are various different validities for different intellectual property rights. There is no automatic relief. You need to file a infringement suit if somebody is infringing your intellectual property right. There are some renewal fees associated with various IPRs. Appointment of patent agent is not compulsory. Applicant can file it himself also. So this was all about from my side regarding intellectual property rights. And for further training, you can contact this institute. The name of the institute is Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management, RGNIIPM. This is located in Nagpur. This is a government institution. There is an email and website over here. You can always contact to that institute. So this is all from my side. If you have some query, you can ask here. You can type in chat box also. Thank you.
If the students have any question, they can raise it now.
Good afternoon, sir. I have a doubt.
Okay.
Sir, if I wrote a poem or anything like that, and I didn't publish it, before publishing it, I discussed it with my one of my friends, and they stole it and they published it, and they got the copyright. If I have the proof that I am the original author of this work, can I do anything about it?
Yes, of course, you can go to the court and prove yourself like I am the first owner of that poem or that book. You can go to the court and prove that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Any other query?
I think there are no more questions. I can't hear any more questions there.
Okay, ma'am.
Sir, the session was really very wonderful, and step by step, very systematically, you presented all the aspects of intellectual property rights. And I think the students and the staff have benefited from all this. I think we shall come to the conclusion of the session now. I heartily thank you for sparing some time and presenting such a wonderful session to the staff and the students of Little Flower College, Guruvayoor. So on behalf of the principal and the IIC, Little Flower College, Guruvayoor, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to you, sir. And I also thank all the participants in this program. Please fill up the forms so that we get the certificates. And thank you once again, sir. I think it had been a very informative session. Thank you once again, and let us wind up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.